We're going to reinstall the gas tank next, so make sure your fuel line petcock here is open and ready to go, and make sure your vent lines are right here, and they are hanging down below the tank, not tangled up around something. You got that one and this one. Make sure the little wire keepers are on them, and then we'll go ahead and slide the tank up on there. I've installed the gas tank now. What I do is I put a little soapy water on the grommets up front. When you slide that gas tank on there, it'll slide on a lot easier. And then if you'll notice here, I've got the grommets and the bushings and everything back in the tank, and the tank's mounted here. One thing, make sure you hook your gas line back up again. I sprayed a little WD-40 in that red connector just to make sure it slides back on the fuel petcock easily, and then also make sure it clips on really nice, because you don't want that to come off. It's a lot of pressure on these fuel injected bikes. And make sure you plug your wire back in here too. So make sure the fuel line and the wire is plugged back in. And then make sure that there's a vent line that's up in here, right below the gauge, and then there's a one on the bottom side of the gas tank about below the gas gap over there. Make sure you push that vent line on also. And then when you put your gauge on, the way that works is you slide your gauge on first without this black housing. Slide that on. Make sure you hook your wires up, and then slide the black housing on and tighten the screw right here. So anyway, we've done all that, and then let's get on to the handlebar adjustment. Okay, let's go ahead and finish these handlebars up. If you'll notice, I've got the right amount of play in here. You've got to have a little bit of play in your throttle. Make sure it works really nicely. Now turn your handlebars when you adjust things. Turn them from one extreme to the other and make sure that the play is the same. That way you guarantee that the cables aren't binding somewhere and giving it some, keeping it from flexing. And then I've wire tied my wires up here, so the wire goes under here and then straight down. Make sure you plug in your lights on this side, your brake light. I've adjusted. Make sure too that your handlebar doesn't come too close to the tank there. Just kind of angle the handlebars whatever suits you on when you adjust the angle on them. Then you'll notice on this side I've done the same. Everything's wired up, tied up here. The wires are all wired tight. Make sure you get plug in there for your clutch. Make sure your clutch play, there again, make sure your clutch play is adjusted properly. This is your adjustment right here. If for some reason you can't get enough play there, then you can adjust it down below on the motor. But make sure there's a little bit of play and from one extreme to the other on the turning. And then I'll just do a quick front view here. See how I've done it here. Like I said, I bypassed the wire loop there on the clutch, so it swoops around there. And you'll see on that side, all that is. Now one thing on this brake line, down below, I disconnected this for the to get the front signal lights off. So once I get that all hooked back up on there, I'll put that brake line in place, and that'll add a better angle up at the top there too. So anyway, make sure everything's nice and snug. Make sure you tighten your clamps really tight, and make sure you put your little chrome covers back on. And there you have it.